And Sheriff Lima says that there needs to be more discussion about mental health, and the families that were here today say that's exactly what they were doing, trying to have a discussion in order to prevent another young person from taking their own life. So the majority of these hazardous trees are right in the heart of campus, close to Farrell Commons and near multiple walkways. And that's why over spring break, while students were gone, multiple contractors were out here removing these dead trees and giving the wood chips back to the Arboretum to reuse. And the situation has gotten so bad at this point that the people who live here aren't just mad about their parking spots, they're mad they aren't getting their mail.
The Orlando Union Rescue Mission works to get homeless people off the streets. And now, managers at the mission are taking extra precautions regarding health by installing hand sanitizer dispensers near doors.
We have a healthcare issue like this. We pay attention to it because we know that in our population, things like that can travel really quickly.
Health officials in Orange County are saying that the homeless are in the mix of increasing hepatitis A cases. Here, you can see the number of non-travel associated hepatitis A cases over the past few years. 0 in both 2014 and 2015, 1 in 2016, and 4 in 2017. But as of September 11th, there have been 29 cases, which is a 625% increase.
Part of our response is to try to identify or interview all the cases of hepatitis A and try to figure out where they might have been exposed.
Of the cases with known risk factors, 23% are homeless, 65% use drugs, and 50% are men who have sex with men. But health officials are stressing that anyone can be impacted.
Because close contacts or persons who have close contact or live with these persons who are infected can easily become infected themselves.
The health department is now offering free hepatitis A vaccines to adults in Orange County, and the mission is taking every proactive step they can
to ensure that we can kill any hepatitis A virus that may be floating around.
In Orange County, Haleigh Rowland, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Just months before hurricane season, UCF's forestry team is rushing to get these trees out of the ground.
We are the Emergency Operating Center response team for all the debris on campus.
But it's not just the debris Gazika's crew is worried about.
So some of these trees have been here since UCF was built.
And these trees that have been here since the mid-1960s are starting to pose a problem.
The species of laurel oak is definitely our #1 tree that goes down during storms.
Gazika says that laurel oaks generally only live about 60 to 70 years. And now these historic trees are becoming a hazard on campus. So the majority of these hazardous trees are right in the heart of campus, close to Farrell Commons and near multiple walkways. And that's why over spring break, while students were gone, multiple contractors were out here removing these dead trees and giving the wood chips back to the Arboretum to reuse. But Gazika says the initial reactions to the trees being removed hasn't been all positive.
And a lot of the students will definitely disapprove and they'll voice their opinions.
But Gazika likes to call himself the friendly neighborhood urban forester. And when he gets backlash about removing these trees, he's actually happy about it.
Well, the pushback honestly is very welcome because it's showing me that the students really care about the larger trees on campus.
But for now, there aren't any more removals scheduled for the spring. In Orlando, Haleigh Rowland, UCF Nightly News.
Hey, do you want to vote real quick?
Campaign volunteers are asking this.
It takes 2 seconds.
As many ways as they can. And some students are taking the time to vote for a new SGA president and vice president when there isn't a technical glitch.
Worst case scenario, I have my laptop and I'll just do it inside, I promise. I promise.
While dozens and dozens of students are walking past these tents, current President Josh Bologna says there's a reason people should be voting.
Ultimately, president and vice president is the voice of the students.
But there's also a reason why students aren't at the polls.
The students are still able to come out here and cast their vote for president or vice president, but what the volunteers behind me are saying is that they've been seeing a lack of voters because of the cold and the rain.
So far, the SGA election supervisor is tallying only a little over 5,000 votes for this election, a mere 8.1% of all of the enrolled students at UCF.
They're trying to stay indoors as much as possible. They don't want to be outside. I think that's why.
And potential voters are echoing this idea.
I'm not voting outside because it's really cold, so I'll probably just vote at home.
But volunteers are still holding out for more people.
So with the weather warming up now, it might be a little easier to grab some votes.
Reporting on campus at the Student Union, I'm Haleigh Rowland, UCF Nightly News.